Hello and welcome to marketing91.com. In this video, we are going to cover the topic on the great man theory. Before we proceed any further, please do note that we publish 3 videos daily on YouTube. So please don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Now let's start with what is the great man theory. Before that, let's ask ourselves 3 questions. What makes some people stand out and become leaders? What allowed historical heroes to stand out from their fellow people and deal with great odds? How did they manage to achieve great things for themselves and their people? The answer to this can also be traced back to the great man theory. According to the great man theory, great leaders are born and not made. These people are born with some distinctive qualities. These qualities let them lead while shaping history. Moving on, the theory says that great historical leaders were born to lead and deserve to do so as a result of their natural abilities and talents. The idea was formed in the 19th century and has stated that historical events occur because of great men or heroes. These people are very impactful and unique. Their natural abilities shape history. These qualities can be divine inspiration, outstanding leadership abilities, incredible bravery, or sharp intellect. Moving on, who created the great man theory? The idea was developed by Scottish essayist and philosopher Thomas Carlyle. He delivered a few lectures on heroism in the year 1840. These lectures were published in the book On Heroes, Heroes Worship, and the Heroic in History. In it, he says these famous lines. Universal history, the history of what men has accomplished in this world, is at the bottom the history of the great men who have worked here. They were the leaders of men, these great ones, the modelers, patterns, and in a wide sense creators, of whatsoever the general mass of men contrive to do or so to attain. All things that we see standing accomplished in the world are properly the outer material result, the practical realization and embodiment of thoughts and dwelt in the great men sent into the world. The soul of the world's history, it may justly be considered were the history of these. Moving on, the assumptions of the great man theory. All great leaders since their birth have qualities that allow them to lead and rise above their instinct. They are much needed by the times. That is why they develop these qualities that make them leaders. These people are regarded as heroes by history as well as this theory. They rose despite odds and defeated their enemies while simultaneously leading people. Next, implications of the great man theory. Leaders are given to humans by gods. These leaders and their actions showcase their divinity. The ingrained leadership abilities alone are required and are enough for someone to lead their followers and achieve success. Leadership abilities and effectiveness are not related. The overall state of the society, what the task requires, and what the followers want has minimal impact on a leader's rise. The theory rejects the idea that leaders can be created for tasks. Leadership abilities cannot be taught or learned. Great man theory examples. According to Carlyle, the history of the world is but the biography of great men. He believed people lead with help of their abilities and divine inspiration. Carlyle, in his book On Heroes, Heroes Worship, and the Heroic in History, saw history being shaped by characters, ideas, works, and decision of heroes. He indicated 6 heroes. First hero as divinity Odin, poet Shakespeare, the priest Martin Luther, man of letters Rousseau, and King Napoleon. Moving on to criticism of the great man theory. One of the great man theory's greatest critics was Herbert Spencer. He said it was unscientific to say that the history was molded by heroes' decisions. As stated by him, you must admit that the genesis of a great man depends on the long series of complex influences which has produced the race in which he appears and the social state in which that the race has slowly grown. Before he can remake society, his society must make him. Moving forward to the weaknesses of the great man theory. The main issue with the great man theory of leadership is that not everybody with leadership qualities ends up leading people. If leadership is ingrained, then everybody with the right qualities would land in a leadership role. The environment, the current leader, and group traits cumulatively decide what kind of leaders are required and how a good leader is. And finally, to conclude, in spite of Spencer's criticism, the great man theory remained popular. It was a main theory for understanding how leadership works till the middle of 20th century. Progress in behavioral sciences further shaped the idea of leadership. It was treated like science which can be learned and nurtured. People who disagree say that great leaders are created and shaped by the era they live in. The qualities that are required to lead are studied and practiced. And finally, there is still some sympathy for the great man theory that leaders are not made, they are born. This resembles a debate over the nature versus nurture question. So that's it, folks. This brings an end to the topic on the great man theory. These are some of the sources and links referred to for the content in the video. If you have liked the video, do subscribe to our channel where you'll witness 3 new videos daily. Additionally, if you want to view these videos in an organized manner, you can visit freecourses.net, where all our videos are arranged in the form of courses. Thank you and see you in the next video.